The sun had set half an hour ago, brushing a tinge of rose on the banks of clouds that hung over our houseboat neighborhood. I could hear the clink of silverware on plates and the soft drone of the nightly PBS news from a boat up the dock. Probably Miss Gloria's best friend, Mrs. Dubbison. My friend Connie's baby babbled, "Ma, ma, 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 ma," a little further down. And on the boat next door, Mrs. Reinhardt murmured terms of endearment to her 3 elderly animals, 1 schnauzer and 2 felines. Miss Gloria and I shared a grin. We had heaven right here on earth, and we knew it. "I hope we like the new neighbors," she said for the umpteenth time. She ran her hands through her white hair so it stood up in elfin peaks, and pointed an arthritis-crooked finger at the for sale sign on the houseboat to the other side of us. "We've got to hope for the best," I said, squeezing her bird-like hand, and trying not to think about the group of college kids who'd taken a tour of the place over the weekend, beers in hand and voices thundering. "This place is too cool," one of them boomed. "It's lit," said another. "I think that means they love it," Miss Gloria said, her face drooping all sad and worried. "My boyfriend, Nathan, thinks Houseboat Row resembles a trailer park, only floating. Why do you want to live somewhere where everyone knows your business?" he keeps asking. We love that. I've told him more than once. They're our friends. Miss Gloria has known some of these people for over 20 years. I assumed he was thinking about our future life together, though we've touched on that only in what other folks might think were the vaguest terms. Last fall, we'd witnessed my mother and her Sam taking wedding vows during a hurricane when we all believed we were goners. Nathan and I had come out of that close call pretty sure we would end up together. Though we haven't gotten specific, he knows, I think, how much I love weddings, but am anxious about marriage. And I know, with him having been married before and then divorced, that he's even more uneasy about both. But he didn't seem to grasp that Miss Gloria couldn't stay here if I moved out, that I was the bulwark of friendship that stood between her and a move to assisted living in the frozen north. Her sons would not be able to stomach her living alone. Honestly, I'd give up marrying Nathan before I'd abandon my friend. As I got up to pour one more slosh of wine in our glasses, a text message buzzed in. Miss Gloria glanced at my cell screen. "It's Prince Charming," she said with an impish snicker. I snatched up the phone. Parking lot in 5. The usual terseness of Nathan Bransford. I could never tell until I saw him whether he wanted to give me a goodnight kiss, be still my beating heart, or give me one of his professional warnings, using my full name for emphasis. "Haley Snow, stay out of trouble." Or, "Haley Snow, let me know if you see anything fishy going on." Or, "Haley Snow, for God's sake, don't try to handle anything yourself." Besides being my boyfriend these days, he's also a detective with the Key West Police Department, and he takes his work very, very seriously. To be fair, I have had a tendency toward acting before thinking things through, smallish things, like dashing into a restaurant where a crazy person was holding a gun on people I knew and loved. But what was I supposed to do? Leave them there to be mowed down? I shrugged off the fleece blanket, clutched my sweater around my shoulders, and hopped from our boat to the dock. Miss Gloria's wind chimes tinkled in response. I trotted down the finger to the parking lot, eager to catch a glimpse of Nathan's broad-shouldered form waiting for me. His police vehicle idled by the laundry room, and he was pacing outside. I ran toward him and folded myself into his waiting hug, followed by a kiss that set me tingling from head to toe. Then I took a step away so the spotlight by the laundry lit up his face. Over the 2 years that I'd known him, I'd never seen him appear more worried. His eyes were a murky hazel, like the shallow water off Smathers Beach on a cloudy day just before a storm hits. His dimples were pressed flat from the tension in his jaw. He hadn't come only for a good night kiss. "What is it?" I asked. "What's wrong?" I tucked my fingers into fists so my hands wouldn't shake. He looked something like this the day he'd had to call the parents of a visiting college co-ed, dead from an overdose during spring break.